so we're going to get started. It's going to be simple questions, pretty easy, and I'm just going to take pictures of your reactions, basically.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so how would you describe your face mask wearing habits?
I think they're pretty consistent. I actually don't mind the masks that much. They've become a bit of an accessory, honestly. But I do sometimes still dislike it. I find it interesting that my children are almost more comfortable with them than I am over long periods of time because I have to wear them at school. Whereas if I have to wear them all day, I get really suffocated feeling. But I do think it's a necessary thing right now, so I'm pro
wearing.
Pro mask, yeah.
So face mask can be a little bit uncomfortable. So what would you compare that uncomfort or that discomfort to?
Well, for me, it really is kind of a feeling of suffocation. Most often, I notice it. I notice it makes me hot, and I can't breathe as easily, which then kind of increases your irritation or impatience in a situation. So sometimes, I would say impatience, suffocation, this feeling of being trapped.
So what would you compare to? What other object or thing would you compare it to? Think of something.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. It's a little bit of a... I guess it's weird. It's a dichotomous thing for me. It's a bit of a shackle, but it's also kind of a shield, it protects you, but it also stops you in so many ways. It holds you back from full interaction with other people. It really reduces your ability, in my opinion anyway, to express yourself in the way that you normally would. So it's this kind of double-edged sword.
Yeah, and all these questions are about kind of your perspective, your own personal, from your own backgrounds and things like that.
Okay.
So feel free just to kind of
to
share.
those details.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who do you think benefits the most from the use of the face masks?
I think everyone does. I think I do feel personally it's a moral imperative. I feel I wear masks just as much for other people as I do for myself. And in a way, it kind of, for me as a mom especially, it's kind of been a good way to teach my kids, hey, it's not just about you, it's about taking care of everyone in society and helping each other. So I wouldn't say that I think there's really one beneficiary. I think it's something we're doing for each other.
Excellent. If wearing that uncomfortable face mask would ensure one less person from dying, would you continue to do it?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to ask the next question. So what has helped the economy more? So this is a bit more about economic ideas, especially with the stimulus checks, right? So what has helped the economy more? The use of face masks or the strategic infusion of cash to eligible individuals within the economic system?
Oh man, that's tough. Personally, I would say in the long term, probably the face masks, just because I think directly, probably a lot of people's lives have been saved through that. That said, it's hard for me to discount the level of suffering that has gone on due to economic stress for a lot of people. So, I don't know, I guess if I had to choose one over the other, I would say the face mask.
Cool. Do you believe that the monetary aid or the stimulus checks basically have been sufficient to help most families since the pandemic started?
I don't think so, but at the same time, I also have trouble thinking that it's a great idea to continue to just hand out money over and over and over endlessly, because I do think eventually there will be some kind of economic ramification that comes along with this endless stream of money that we're just producing. I wish that we could do more. I wish our society could do more in general in terms of like social programs and stuff like that for families.
Who do you think has benefited the most from that infusion of cash?
I would hope that the neediest in our society have. You know, I was hopeful when I heard that in some places homeless people were able to, collect these stimulus checks and things like that. And my hope is that the people who need it the most have benefited from it. People with children who have lost their jobs, things like that. That's who I hope gets the money and is using it.
So we got one last question. So what would benefit regular individuals the most? A recovering economy or a stimulus check?
This is hard because it's like a long-term, shorter term kind of, thing. I think over the long term, definitely a recovering economy, but I can't say that I think the stimulus checks were necessary because I think some people just desperately needed that money right then and there.